welcome back to another episode of Movie Bracket Challenge.
This is my recap of Fox and the Hound. This movie came out in 1981. The movie is about family and friends. So Fox is abandoned kind of by his mother. His mother is deceased at the beginning of the movie. Big Mama, an owl, helps Fox find a new home with Widow Tweet. Widow Tweet treats Fox like her own son. She takes care of him, makes him a bed inside the house, and really spoils him rotten, as any good mother might do. She also tries to teach Fox about who he is and take care of him. She teaches him about the chores with the cows and getting milk from the cows, and she just has a really wonderful time being Fox's mother. Well, over on the nearby neighbor, we meet Almond Slade. And I'm definitely saying that wrong. But Almond has one dog already called Chief, but needs another hunting dog. So he brings home Copper. And Copper is very excited to be a hunting dog. Chief is going to teach him how. Chief is not happy about there being a second dog. But it is what it is. As the hound, Copper is learning to hunt. He's learning to smell with his nose. And one day he smells something new. And he's very excited to find out what it is. Fox is off playing. That is Todd. And Todd is just having a good old time. He's made friends with all the animals, so he has a joyous time hanging out in the woods. Well, it looks like they're going to meet. And Copper is smelling, trying to figure out what he's smelling. And Todd asks him what he's doing, and he says he's on the hunt for something. And he smells everywhere that Fox has been. And finally, he figures out what he's smelling is Todd. And they end up making a game out of it. Todd will hide, and Copper will find him. And they become pretty good buddies doing this. And they do this pretty much every day. And Todd comes to regard Copper as his best friend. Well, Big Mama tries to teach Todd that just can't be. They come from two different worlds, and it's an unlikely friendship and one that won't last. But Todd won't hear of it. He said, no, Copper is my best friend, and there's nothing that can change that. He hasn't learned the ways of the world yet. So it goes on like this for a while, and Chief does try to discourage Copper from playing and becoming a grown-up dog, becoming a good hunter. We see them play for a long time, and then finally the winter hits. And Chief, Copper, and their owner, Alma Slade, go off to hunt for the winter. And Fox, Todd, goes into the house to be with his mother, Widow Tweed. Now the winter has passed. All have come back to the woods to play. Todd comes out. He's all grown up, has a nice thick tail now, and Copper is back. And Big Mama points out as Copper comes by that Copper has helped catch a lot of animals. But Todd said it won't change a thing. Copper will be excited to see me. And I think Copper is, but he's grown up now. And almost still wants to have Fox be on his many animals that he's caught. And while he's chasing Fox, he gets into a little bit of trouble. So Copper lies and says he smells Todd one way when it's not true, so to help Todd escape, but Chief can really smell him, so he goes after him. Well, this gets Chief hurt and a broken leg. Alma Slade is furious. He bangs on the door for Lady Tweed, and Lady Tweed says, no, you can't have him. Stay out of my house. And he says, I'm going to get him one way or the other. He can't keep him inside forever. So poor Widow Tweed has to take Fox to the woods and leave him there. He takes off his beautiful collar, and Todd doesn't understand what's happening, but he gets left in the woods where Todd really belongs, but Todd doesn't understand. He wants to be with his mother. But eventually he learns. He meets a bunch of new characters and new animals who aren't very nice to him at first because Todd doesn't know what he's doing. But he eventually makes a lady friend and falls in love. And then comes back in his old buddy. By this point, Copper is furious. The chief has gotten hurt. And he wants Todd now. He's really going into his instincts. He ends up chasing down Todd with his girlfriend. And they almost got him. And then almost gets hurt with his foot. Todd is brave in the face of danger and really still tries to be faithful to his friend and his friend's owner, but falls down this big waterfall and really gets hurt and almost dies. And then he's caught. The owner of Copper has him right in his sights, and there's no stopping him now. And Copper steps forward. He protects his old friend, proving that friendship never really dies, even in the harshest times. And the owner says, okay, let's go home. And they leave Todd in the woods. And they go home. We see Widow Tweed binging up, almost laid with his foot. He's being a big baby. Chief and Copper are laying in their dog houses in the yard. And off in the distance is Todd and his lady, looking over everything. The seasons have changed, and the world has gone on. And though they were once all friends, and maybe still are, life has put them on a different path and different directions. It's a beautiful story, and I really enjoyed it. And I want to know if it's your vote. Let me know. This is my Toy Story 2 recap. So we open the movie with Buzz on the planet with aliens, and he's going against Zorg, and he gets shot, kind of. But then we flash out, and it's just our friendly Rex playing a video game. And I love Rex and his witty sense of humor and how he's scared of things. Very fun character. Then we go to Andy is playing with Woody and having a good time before he goes to camp. Though when he's playing, he does break Woody's arm. Ouch. He puts Woody on the shelf in his room and he goes off to camp. So Woody gets to talk with the penguin who is up there, who is also not quite fixed. So they're getting to know each other and, well, they know each other, but they're getting to have a little bit of fun on the shelf when Woody sees the mom putting a yard sale sign in the yard. And all of a sudden, there's the roll call. Some of my favorite characters are the toy soldiers. And they say roll call. We see all the toys line up in the middle of the room. And they're going through when the mom starts to come up the stairs. Everybody runs to hide. And the mom comes in to collect some toys. She reaches under the bed. We almost see Slinky Dog get taken. But nope, she grabs another old toy. Then she goes to where Rex is, and she picks up Rex, but it's only to move Rex to the side, and she takes the puzzle that's below him, and then she goes to the shelf where Woody is. And this, to me, is like, ooh, she's taking Andy's favorite toy, but nope. She moves Andy and grabs the penguin that Andy is hiding. So penguin in the box says bye to Woody, and Woody's off to rescue his friend the penguin. He whistles, and there runs in the dog. I think the dog is Buster, and Woody goes off to save his friend, but he's riding the dog and he falls off into the yard sale box. And oh no, he's in the yard sale. Man does try to buy Woody, but the mom, of course, knows Woody shouldn't be for sale and says no. But when the mom's not looking, the man steals Woody. Now, Woody recognizes the man. The man is the chicken in the Al's barn toy commercial. I'm totally saying that wrong. But he knows who the man is. So he gets where the man's taking him to his place, and he gets to meet Stinky Pete, Jesse, who I love, is one of my favorite characters, and Bullseye, his horse. Woody actually gets to know a little bit about his creation. He gets to see this TV show that he was a part of, or the in which he came from, and it's called Woody Roundup. It's really neat. In the meantime, the characters back at home, the other toys, are coming up with a plan to go save Woody, because they're not just going to let their friend go. I love how Buzz is taking the leadership role, because in the first movie, Woody had saved Buzz, and in this movie, Buzz is determined as Woody's friend to go save Woody, and I love that. And one of my favorite parts is Mrs. Potato, packing Mr. Potato's angry eyes, and I love Mrs. Potato. She does not get to be part of a lot of the movie, but she is sassy and funny and such a mother to all of them. But
I'm packing you an extra pair of shoes and your angry eyes, just in case. I'm packing you an extra pair of shoes and your angry eyes, just in case. And if you get hungry, here's some cheese puffs and a key. I don't know what it's for, but you never know. And a golf ball, if you have time for golf. And a plastic steak. And a rubber ducky. And a yo-yo. And an extra bouncy ball. And some extra teeth. Be careful, they chatter.
Whoa!
And crayons, in case you get bored. And some blue Play-Doh. And a dime, call me, and monkey chow.
Monkey chow? For what?
Well, for the monkeys, of course. Come on, monkeys.
That's it. I draw the line at monkey. Get my agent on the phone.
so we see some of our favorite characters: Rex, Mr. Potato, Buzz. They're going off. They're gonna try to save Woody. In the meantime, Woody is getting to know these other characters and getting to know that they used to be somebody's toys, or well, Jessie used to be somebody's toy until she was abandoned, and then they were put in storage. But now they'll be off to a museum, as long as Woody doesn't desert them. The toys go through a lot of adventures, and the toy shop, which is really fun to see all these other toys that come to life. We see the Barbies. We see the different aisles are going down. The Barbies were probably the big highlight. They were really fun to see. They're coming to life and dancing. We see them, all the toys, really doing their best to get back their buddy Woody. Woody thinks he's doing the right thing, and he thinks that the right thing is to stay with Jesse, Bullseye, and Stinky Pete and go to the museum, because he doesn't want these other characters, new friends, to go back into storage. But Buzz reminds Woody that the thing about being a toy is to be there for kids while you can. And so it is a heartwarming story in that way. It eventually Buzz does sort of rescue Woody. At the same time, Woody sort of escapes. And not only does Woody escape, he takes his new friends with him. And all of the friends get on their way back to Andy's house. In the meantime, when they're escaping, though, Woody re-injures his arm that was injured in the beginning of the movie by Andy, and had been fixed by the cleaner when he got to the toy shop. But anyway, he gets re-injured. He does make it back to Andy's house, and this time he has some new friends with him. I love that Jesse and Bullseye, they're all there, and it's a whole new family. The family has grown, and so Andy's toys have become multiples. I'm sort of curious how Andy explains having the new toys, but either way, they've all made it to their new home. And we see at the end a heartwarming moment. Andy fixes Woody's arm. I love the voices in this movie. They are amazing and creative. And I'm a huge Tom Hanks fan, so of course, I love Tom Hanks. I hope you enjoyed this movie. Let me know what your vote is. Bye, everybody. Don't forget to vote, 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 vote. Comment section and our community page.